What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Francis, bro. And today we are going to be reacting to Travis Scott's entering a rap war beef, which is basically about Pusha T versus Travis Scott and how he did them on the latest song, So Be It. So we are going to be reacting to this current beef that's happening, and yeah, man, make sure to like, subscribe for more content, and yeah, let's start.
Who only talks about how much coke he cooked 20 years ago, aka Pusha T, just came all over Travis Scott with a new diss calling him all different types of terrible names, threatening Travis with secret videos and more, saying some of the most absolutely disrespectful things I've ever heard come out of a man's mouth. So let's get into everything, because this could end up blowing up and turning into a rap war between a multitude of artists, just like that other beef, if you guys remember that one. And as always, leave a like, subscribe, it helps my channel out a ton, and we're getting extremely close to 50K. Okay, let's get into this new rap beef, Pusha T versus Travis Scott. It all started with Pusha's newest song titled So Be It, and here's a listen to the section with the diss. Before anything, listen carefully so you can understand it.
So be it, you cried in front of me, you died in front of me, Calabasas took you.
Bro, you died in front of me, you cried in front of me, so I feel like crying in front of me like Travis was like crying, and Pusha T wants to like make a video on it, but it's normal emotions, so I don't know why he's gonna release it for.
Bitch, and your pride in front of me. Her utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it, but I got the video I can share and AE it. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it.
Do the little things right and the big stuff takes care of itself. That's why Inches is packed full of the...
So be it.
So yeah, if you didn't catch it, basically Pusha is talking about Travis breaking up with Kylie, him being a shoulder to cry on, and having a video
That is crazy.
of the entire thing, not going to TMZ, but this is not even close to the worst thing that was said by Pusha against Travis today. It actually gets like 10 times more disrespectful, like I said, because with this song releasing, Pusha actually tripled down on his disses against Travis, just saying more and more different things against him. So let's start off with the first interview done today, and he basically explains why he dissed Travis in the first place, and it started off by him calling Travis a whore. Wow. He then spoke about
It's crazy, bro.
About how during the Utopia rollout, around the time where Travis was going around with the Utopia briefcase, man, that takes me back. What a goated time. But to get back on track, it was when Travis was doing that in Paris, and he was near the Louis Vuitton headquarters, where he came into a session at Pharrell's studio where Pusha was recording his upcoming album. Pusha then said that Travis was saying, man, everyone's here smiling, laughing, and in the words of Pusha, jumping around doing his stupid fucking monkey dance. Respectfully, Travis, I am not taking that. Pusha is talking absolutely crazy. He just called bro a fucking monkey. Pusha then says that they, quote, weren't into the music, but he wanted to film him and Pharrell listening to it, and this is where the big issue comes in, because allegedly Travis played everyone in the room Meltdown, but not Drake's verse. And if you guys don't remember, on Meltdown, Drake basically just talks about buying Pharrell's chains and melting them down and destroying them, and along with that, saying that Travis has no picks, loyal to nobody, and that, like I said before, he is a whore. And there's a lot to talk about here, because Pusha is kind of wrong with a lot of this information, and he's kind of just making himself look really fucking stupid. But let's go through the other stuff that he said about Travis today, because there's a lot more and it gets a lot worse. Pusha goes on to another interview to talk about Travis, saying that he did it with Sicko Mode as well, referring to Drake allegedly dissing Ye on that song, and on the Rolling Loud stage where he played like that with Future and Metro, or at least heavily asked them to play that song, and then just saying he's not in Travis's mix and he can stay over there. But wait, it's still not done. Pusha is still gonna keep talking shit about Travis. Pusha goes and disses Travis again.
He will never stop. I don't think that Travis is probably going to respond. I think he's doesn't care.
And man, this is a big hole that we're digging here. This one is a video, so I'll let you guys just hear what he has to say.
That was a corny, like, you shouldn't have been here anyway. Him specifically, too. I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into what his whole...
He's harmless, so he can't do anything.
Makeup. I took it there. And then to, like, you know, to come back in our fold.
To make a point of...
Yeah, to invade the fold and then, you know, do all that he did. It was like, man, that was corny. He's shameless. He does it. You've seen him do it to everybody. You know, I've definitely had to put my hand on your shoulder before. You died in front of me. You cried in front of me.
Okay, so obviously here he calls Travis harmless, saying he's not into his makeup, and he's basically, just to sum it all up, calling Travis a pussy bitch. So that's all of the dissing that Pusha did over the last day. Now, what's next? The response from Travis, is he going to say something back? I think that's the big question here right now. And on top of that, how Pusha is pretty wrong for a lot of this stuff, like I said before. First, let's start with the meltdown situation. Pusha thinking Travis was quote unquote hiding the Drake verse is just completely wrong. I think it's pretty common knowledge by most hardcore Travis fans and even just rap fans in general that Drake's verse on Meltdown was a last minute submission. So at the point in time where Travis probably played them the album, it didn't exist. Also, I imagine this whole setting so funny. Pusha saying they weren't vibing for the album and Travis was going crazy in the room, which probably isn't even true. He's definitely just saying this to make himself look bigger. But if it is, imagine Travis just going like fucking ape shit to like Fiend.
That's that shit. But probably trying wrong. I don't know about that.
And sirens and like the rest of the people in the room just don't give a single fuck. But back to the beef. When Pusha mentions Travis not taking sides, he also mentioned like that, as I said before, with Travis asking Future and Metro to play a diss on his quote unquote friend. But once again, at the time, that verse that was dissing his friend didn't exist. With our knowledge, at that point, there was no Kendrick verse. It was a completely different song and it had two Future verses instead. So once again, Pusha T playing Gossip Girl, pillow talking like a little bitch because he has no idea what's going on around him. And last but not least, I think one of the most contradictory things that Pusha said here was how he spoke about being a shoulder to cry on for Travis, having a video and not sending it to TMZ, and then talking about how Travis is fake and unloyal. That is not a friend. Pusha is a fake motherfucker, and this isn't the first time he's doing this either. He literally did this same exact shit to Ye last week, saying that he wasn't a man, and when it didn't work, because everyone knows Ye is a low-hanging fruit nowadays, he has
crazy
to go for Travis because he know he's bigger, he know it will stir up conversation, and he knows that he will be selling 50K max. I personally don't think there is anything wrong with Travis wanting to be cool with everyone and not picking sides, and for Pusha to also say that Travis isn't loyal to anyone and he only does what benefits him most after he brought out Ye at arguably the lowest point in his career, something that could have at the time been career suicide just from associating with him, and bring him on one of the biggest stages that he had at the time as well. I don't know, man. I'd consider that pretty loyal. And then to shrug him off as harmless, acting like he is such a better artist when all he's done is rap about coke for the last 20 years, and the only time it's actually been good has been on Ye Prod, who he insulted last week, is insane. So you know what I see this as? Album promo. He knows the music won't speak for himself, so same thing he did with Drake, he's doing for Travis.
Doing it to just like promote his album, man.
And honestly, I don't even think Travis even needs to respond to this because that's exactly what Pusha wants. And I love Travis. I think he makes amazing music. Obviously, this video is low-key just like a whole glaze fest. But on a more serious note, I think this is a death sentence for him. Even though me personally, I think if Travis went really hard when they definitely nerfed that Grammy from him not having super meaningful lyrics, this is
when they snubbed his Grammy again.
Technically probably his chance, but the internet has already deemed him as not able to do so because of his lyrical ability. And the same thing happened with Drake at the beginning of that beef. No matter what Drake put out, he was losing. So I don't want to say it's the same for Travis, but all the old heads are going to ride for Pusha like he's the fucking second coming of Christ. And even though Travis would probably wipe the floor with him production and hit wise, the internet has already chosen a side. Either way, I'm pretty excited to see how this plays out if Travis responds. I think like I said, he has it in him. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen here. Will Travis respond? Does he need to respond? Can he survive if he does respond? Any thoughts, ideas, comments, concerns?
Yo, okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more videos. Yeah, man. Thank you guys so much, and yeah, peace out.